welcome to the Wise Mind Happy Hour. I'm Kelly.
And I'm John. Therapists.
Therapists.
Sometimes I wonder if people ever just listen to us and don't read the description and don't know who we are.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure there's people who are like, I wonder what qualifies them to
Yeah,
say
what qualifies
any of
these-
this.
Who are these people?
But then also it's like, if you think about the podcast space, like everyone's kind of just saying stuff.
Oh, well,
Whether
for
they're
sure. I thought you were
qualified.
going to say everybody's a therapist. I mean,
Everybody out
everybody's
there
a therapist.
is a therapist.
though. Yeah.
I did hear on a podcast once, someone said there should be, at this point, there should be fewer therapists. And I was sort of like, when I was hearing the argument, I was like, I kind of agree.
I'm sorry. There should be fewer therapists in the world?
Like, there's too many people that are like, I'm just going to become a therapist. Like,
kind of like a lawyer
yeah.
or an attorney?
And, well, especially because, like, there are so many second career therapists.
I like them.
You do. Tell me why.
I just feel like you get some life experience
Yeah.
before
That's true.
you just come straight into the therapy world. I mean, certainly that's what I did. And I think both.
Is it?
No. I just came straight into the therapy world.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. But I do like people who have some worldly experience.
Yeah.
I've met some therapists who really bring different. That's such a. But getting back to, there's too many therapists.
Yeah.
Why is there such a lack of them available then?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's
Yeah.
like you read about that all the time. Rural areas,
Right.
compensation wise, people will only see people if they can. I mean, certainly there's
Yeah,
a
it's true.
lot of the population who needs it and just doesn't have the means to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
True.
I think it's kind of, to say the world has too many therapists, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it's probably not literally true.
Right.
Maybe too many people are going like, I guess I'll just be a therapist. Like,
I see.
I guess I'll just be a real estate agent, when it's sort of like, maybe it's a career you should like sort of
Think about.
think about and like have a bit of a knack for,
Yes.
you know?
And also understand what it takes, maybe.
Yeah.
Which you don't fully maybe know that, even if you did the research, but
Right.
that's fair.
Right. Yeah, because it was maybe like they were overhearing their friend tell them something their therapist has said, and they were kind of like, that person's a therapist. Like, it just sounded sort of like,
Yeah.
is this for real? And I do think there's like, I mean, this is every career. I'm sure you could hire a lawyer and you're like, this person has their license, like
Oh, yeah.
that's everywhere.
I remember reading a few articles. This was maybe like a couple of years back. There were a lot of articles coming up about, are people staying with their therapist too long? Or being in therapy all the time actually isn't really helping you to go out there and really implement what you're learning in therapy without that support. So that was kind of an interesting movement of like articles of, do you need to be in therapy all the time?
It's a good question. But part of me always too with those articles, it's like, I want to suss out the source. It's like, is this Blue Cross Blue Shield saying this,
It could be.
Or it's like, because there is a valid form of that question for sure.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I do think like long-term work can be so helpful.
Mm.
It's funny, like I a little bit have that with like second career therapists. It feels a little like, I just feel like almost territorial a little bit, which is silly. That's like a childish reaction. But a little where it's like, oh, interesting. So this wasn't your calling, or like,
I see.
a
You want it
little-
to be
I
somebody's
ki-
calling.
I kind of want it to be someone's calling, but that's not
like they're
really fair.
born, not made, like a teacher. Like you want it to be a
Yeah.
calling.
Maybe that's more romantic in my mind. Like that
That's a
idea.
romanticized idea of what a
Yeah,
therapist is.
Totally. Like this is just, but I suppose it could be your calling
Yeah.
and you kind of ignored it.
Yeah.
Right. Or not.
I get a little bit more concerned about therapists who get into it because of maybe them wanting to work out some of their own issues by
100%.
being a therapist.
Totally.
I don't know how to say it gently, but
Yeah.
sometimes you
And
may come across some people in the therapy world who that was the impetus for them to become a therapist, was to really
Definitely.
secondary gain of it would be to help themselves in that way. But
Yeah.
now that we don't come to insights from being a therapist,
100%.
it just, when that's a little bit at the forefront, it's a little bit concerning.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons for like doing your own therapy a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Alongside being a therapist.
hmm
Because stuff will get triggered, as you know, and it's
Yeah.
you want a space to really look at that.
Here's a question. Is there a therapist out there who would say, I'm a therapist, never gone to therapy though, and I'm okay with that?
Well, there was someone I worked with once that was sort of this way, but since has gone.
Oh, well, that's great.
Which is great. And we had a really like a good, like
Yeah.
like you and I, like a direct, like I
Mhm.
could say what was on my mind. And I was a little direct about this where I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
And one thing that he said was he was like, I journal a lot and I, read poetry, and I just like burst out laughing, which is not compassionate. But I was like, it is very different to do that than sit vulnerably in a room.
Right.
And have someone share that space with you, listen, and kind of guide you toward insights. Like it's
Right.
very different. It's the whole point is like going to things you can't see.
Now, I will say from my graduate school experience, I know there was an emphasis of if you have not been in therapy, it would probably behoove you
Yeah.
as you are learning this craft and about to enter the world to engage in
Right.
therapy. And so I would hope that that is more common than
Totally.
not that it should be mandatory.
Yeah, it wasn't required in my school either.
Yeah, it's not required. I think
Yeah.
it's encouraged though.
It's encouraged. And there are programs where it's required.
Probably,
I
yeah.
think like, I don't know. I know there's at least one, maybe like a PsyD program or something.
Well, I'm sure also, not that either one of us is this, but I'm sure any analysis program will
Oh,
require you to be in an
yes.
analysis.
Totally. Yes, maybe that's what it is.
Mhm.
But I also, it's like, God, it's so helpful. It's like practically helpful, even to just sit in the room and like notice how they start a session or how the
Yes.
room's set up. Or like
Yeah.
sometimes my therapist, Melissa, who I saw before, I see the one I see now, the things she'd say or the way she'd do something, I'd be like, oh, you can kind of do that.
You can do that.
And not to mention all of the processing of my life that we
Yes.
did. I cannot imagine being a therapist without it, like personally.
I know.
I almost think it's like treat yourself. It's so incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm of course biased, but
Like, I don't know how I would respond to that
right.
if somebody was
Yeah,
just
if
like,
you learned that your therapist had never been.
well, not just mine, but just like anybody, like who's
Yeah.
like, I'm a therapist and this and that. But then somehow it comes out, I've never been to therapy.
Right.
It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, that was exactly my response. And I feel bad. Like I probably wasn't like soft enough in my response, but the person did go and enjoyed it,
Yeah.
found it useful. But
But
I
that's
was
what
kinda
therapy is. It's
therapy.
enjoyable.
Yeah. It's just pure
It's
joy.
for the laughs.
There's no tears. It's
no,
laughs.
but our
galore.
podcast can be for the laughs
Yeah,
sometimes with two
totally.
therapists.
Well, this is reminding me of something Josh and I actually ended up talking about. Because Josh, you were saying
Shout out Josh, by the way.
Shout
We
out
didn't
Josh.
introduce Josh is here. Our
I'm always
producer.
here.
always here. We love you.
Omnipresent.
Yeah, but you were saying how the non-judgmental stance episode, you couldn't stop thinking about it and thinking
Really?
about judgments and changing them, right?
I still can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, as I told you, where it helped me the most
Remind me.
was editing the pod.
Oh,
Mm.
Because the amount we're like, oh, that show, so good, I love it. What do you think? And then I'm like, yeah, cut all that. Get to the part where we're like,
Describing
so
it.
Timothy Chalamet, let's talk about his teeth.
Yeah,
Let's talk about his pockmarks. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you want to hear.
right.
And it's I've gotten a little compulsive of it. Like sometimes I'm tired, and I was on the phone with my grandpa. He was like, "Yeah, how's everything?" And I was like, "Good." Like, how's Cully's family? They're good. I'm like, I'm not fucking giving him anything.
yeah.
Right.
But
no info.
But yeah, and we all lean on these words, good, bad.
Right.
Always and never can be a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
I think good and bad are a little more like, just the dud.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be. But you and I started talking about, like therapists that you work with, like let's say in group therapy on a team, like it's so much richer if they like hear the content or like engage with it as a guide, as a teacher, and use it, right? Like you were thinking the whole week about like, how do I talk with fewer judgments
Mm-hmm.
and more descriptions, and you were really internalizing this concept, and you were like, what did you say? You were like, this is changing my whole life.
It is.
It's same thing with going to therapy as a therapist. Like when you learn a modality, like using it in your life,
Yeah.
it really changes the way you practice and the way you show up as a provider, as a
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it more this week too. Not only in the therapy space at work, but certainly just in my day-to-day experiences. And yeah, it's so easy to say good, bad,
yeah,
right?
right.
Even right after the episode, you guys texted me the picture and I said, great picture or whatever,
Yeah.
good picture or
Yeah.
whatever I said. And it's like, it's just muscle memory.
Totally.
You
It's
know?
totally muscle memory. And it does kind of shape our relationship to things sometimes.
Well, I'm glad it planted the seed.
Yeah. But I know we've talked for a while already, so we'll do like a quick check in what's new this week.
Nothing much. I went to the dentist before I came here.
Was it spectacular?
It was amazing as always. No, it was fine. Nothing new. At least they asked me this time if I wanted the goodie bag.
Oh, they give you a goodie bag?
And I said no.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
The most minuscule floss you could ever. You might get 2 flosses out of that little thing.
Wow. Okay.
It's like a teardrop of
a travel floss.
Yeah, terrible. And usually it's got like a small toothpaste. But at least she asked. And I was like, no, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Instead of just like,
and why do you say no? Because it seems
because I have
pointless.
a million of them at home from all the other times that I take my kids, and it just I have enough of them in my.
Yeah, like you only need a million of those if you're like
Now they're handy
traveling all the time.
because especially now that my kids are having sleepovers and stuff, if the kid forgets, it's handy. But I just didn't need it.
Oh
but
my
usually
God,
dentists don't ask anything; they just
Right.
force you to do things.
Totally. I will say my new
And then
dentist
abuse
asks
you.
everything. Like asks
Great.
like about the procedure even. Like, oh, does that feel comfortable? And I'll be like, no. And I'll be like, okay, I'll do something else.
Was it great? Laughing gas all the way.
I'll be like, this thing's bothering me, and he'll change it. It's really nice, actually.
I like my dentist. It's fine. They're very efficient. They get me in, they get me out. But that was what was happening today. But the weekend was a little bit tumultuous because all of the playoff football has started. And none of the teams we were rooting for won. So
the Bears won on
the
Saturday?
Bears beat the Packers.
I didn't even check in on that game.
epic fashion.
Oh, really?
The Packers were up big the entire game, and then the Bears came back in the fourth quarter.
That's exactly what happened in our game.
Had this huge comeback, and then it was over. A lot of tears in my house.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was that. And then the Eagles lost the next day, which we root for the Eagles because Sarah's from Philly.
Oh, right. Right. Okay.
So, yeah. It's kind of a bummer weekend.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
sports-wise.
Because your kids are living for it.
They're living for it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud because on Monday, when they went back to school, and, one of the fears is, they're in enemy territory. There's a lot of Packer fans at their school, but we live in Chicago.
It's Bears mostly.
So some of the fears, like, what are people going to say and this and that? But both of my boys decided to wear Packers gear on Monday.
That's cute.
And they got a little group together of friends to also wear Packer gear. And one of the teachers saw my kids, and he said to them, that takes real grit to do that. And so on Monday when we came home and we're having dinner, Wes told us that. And then he was like, what's grit? And we were like,
cute.
We were like, man, listen, that was a compliment.
Yeah.
Like you went in there after a loss and you're still loyal to your team. So,
Yeah, totally.
which was a great description. So I felt like that was a moment where it was like, you know what? You're a true fan. Like you're not going to waver. So
yeah, not only are you in enemy territory, but your team lost.
Your team lost and kids are ripping you and
Right.
that type of thing, and you're still going to stay with your team. So
Yeah.
it was a proud daddy moment. My boys were like, no, we're wearing the Packers stuff
Oh,
on
it's cute. That's
on,
so cute.
Monday.
I
But
love it.
so yeah, that was kind of all consuming the weekend. And my boys are just in sports right now, basketball. And
Yeah.
Shane had a flag football game and a basketball game.
Wow.
We were in charge of the treats.
What'd you bring?
Well, Sarah did a great job because there is somebody on the team who needs gluten-free. And so she did the shopping and got all the good stuff.
Wow.
I know.
Like
But smart food, popcorn,
Okay.
gluten-free,
love it.
applesauce pouches,
Okay.
gummy snacks, gluten-free.
Gummy. Yep.
I mean, what else do you need?
I mean, they have gluten-free Oreos, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're those parents who are bringing like
Yeah.
food.
There is something so romantic about that. When you were young, was it the orange slices a lot
All
of
the
the time? Yeah.
It's as if that was the only available food.
Right. Or the only available like fruit.
Right. You can bring any other fruit.
Like no one would bring apple
No,
slices.
bananas,
Or bananas. I don't think anyone brought bananas to us.
strawberries.
It was always those little orange slices.
Man.
Or we would have like orange slices
Oranges
at
mu-
halftime.
Those must have been so cheap back then. I bet that's why the
Right.
parents did it.
Yeah, those little clementines. We would have like orange slices at halftime and like chips at the end, or like cookies or soda.
After
Yeah.
my baseball games, there used to be a straight up cooler full of pop.
I didn't have any restrictions on soda as a kid.
Mm,
I don't think. I don't think I had restrictions on anything.
look at you.
I don't think.
That's
I don't
great.
remember them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think I would like crack one open in the morning. Maybe if I tried that. Maybe if I tried that, my parents would be
It's
like,
my
slow
morning-
it down.
It's my morning Coke.
But like my dad drinks Coke in the morning. So like, I don't know.
I think my older brother did for a while. That was his caffeine because he wasn't a
Right.
coffee drinker. I think he's transitioned into coffee more, but
Okay.
shout out Jake who did our logo.
Yeah.
So we're going to get Jake on at some point.
Yeah, I would love to have Jake on. Our big thing was we went to Michigan to visit Josh's mom for her birthday, which was nice. It was
Nice.
really fun.
Former podcast
guest.
guest.
Yeah, Lisa Bayer.
which is so nice when you can picture somebody
Yeah.
when you're telling a story.
Yeah, totally.
Because I can picture.
Yeah, and it was nice. We had a really fun time, and she took us. It was so nice. Of course, it was her birthday weekend, and she took us to a basketball game. But we went to the Pistons Clippers game.
What was the halftime show?
There was like a hula hoop dancer on a ball.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
I know. Some of those halftime shows are like really entertaining.
Oh yeah, and I was like, I can't believe she's taking another hula hoop on that thing. And then their mascot got on it for a second.
What is their mascot again?
Hooper? He's a horse. He's a piston.
Oh, he's
okay.
a horse named Hooper, and he's a
Yeah.
piston.
I-
Okay.
A piston would just be like a car
I
part.
thought you were going to say chuppah.
It's a chuppah?
It's a chuppah.
We stand under the chuppah?
Before the ball is tipped, we stand
Yeah,
under the chuppah.
They do the jump
Listen, the
ball.
Pistons are for real right now. Their team is doing great. I know you said they lost that game.
But they were winning every single second until the literal last seconds.
They're really good.
They were ahead the entire game.
Yeah.
And then the
Who's
other
their great player?
team-
Cade Cunningham?
So
right?
he was injured.
He was injured? You didn't get to see Cade Cunningham? That's why they lost.
I think he was injured.
He was, I think, injured.
There were 3 injured players and they still almost won.
That shows. They got some depth.
And I will say the Clippers, like, I've never seen James Harden play or Kawhi Leonard. And I was like, the first half, I was like, they can't make a shot.
Yeah, James Harden, and that doesn't stop him from shooting. James Harden will
Right.
shoot nonstop.
Right. But then in the second half, they turned it on.
He just passed Shaq all-time scorer. James Harden did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Prolific.
he's the all-time scorer, all-time?
No. LeBron James is. Nobody's going to catch
Oh.
LeBron.
Wait,
LeBron's
I
over
thought
like
it was that
40,000
one guy.
points. Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar held it for a long time.
Okay.
And then LeBron eclipsed it. No, I mean, LeBron's just played for so long. Nobody's
Wait,
going
what
to catch
about
him.
Steph Curry?
Yeah, he's up there.
He's up there, but he's not quite.
He might be top 20.
And who's the other guy I'm thinking of? Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Durant's up there too.
He's up there too. Okay.
I think Karl Malone might actually be third. I don't know. We need to call back.
What about
on-
Michael Jordan?
You know,
He wasn't?
I mean, he was prolific scorer, but I don't think he's top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Because he can pass the fucking ball.
Yeah. But
We
then
gotta-
wouldn't he have a lot of points then?
No, that's assists.
All right. You know, it's almost as if we need some technology to look this up. All-time leading scorers NBA.
All-time leading scorer.
Or we could call.
You're just messing with me.
In what way?
You reversed what an assist and what a basket is.
Wait, did I just get mixed up? If you pass the ball, you're going to score less.
That is true. If you pass the ball, you are going to score.
And
less.
Michael Jordan never passed it, so he would score more.
So he should score more.
Didn't I feel like he was a good passer?
Okay.
No.
Here we go.
Really?
According to ESPN.com.
Okay.
All right.
Our Bible.
LeBron James, number 1.
Okay, fair.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, number 2.
Wow.
Karl Malone, 3. Kobe Bryant, 4. Okay, Michael Jordan, 5.
Oh, okay. But still, I would think he would be higher than that.
But this just shows that Michael Jordan is 10,000 points below LeBron.
Whoa.
But LeBron's played for 21 years.
Oh, okay. But Michael Jordan played a lot of years too.
Then Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk, we love Dirk.
Kevin Durant is 7, so he's still playing. He can still move up.
Okay.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, yes.
James Harden, number 9, who he just moved in front of Shaq, and Shaq is 10. He rounds out the 10th.
Wow. I hope our our listeners
There
are on
you
the
go.
edge of their seat.
I told you. You know, this always comes back to what I originally said. It's going to be about the NBA.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
podcast.
you can't fight City Hall.
That's right. I know Josh Berkowitz wants it to be about the
Yeah,
NBA.
totally. We basically had an entire episode about what was it called? The Pistons of that time were the
Yeah,
Bad
the Bad
Boys.
Boys.
the bad boys.
And Rodman and Kim Jong Il or something like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Poon,
Oh my god.
where I'm not giving it credit, but yeah.
Lane. Yeah.
Former
So yeah,
guest.
we did that over the weekend, which was fun. Yeah,
Did you
it's
get any
like
food?
we did. We got a bratwurst.
How was it?
Pretty good.
Got the works.
Not really memorable, but
Yeah.
good enough.
We had a really pleasant interaction with the cashier.
Nice.
Yeah, she was nice.
Yeah.
No cash though, right? Cashless.
I think it was cashless. Yeah.
All those stadiums are cashless now.
Yeah, it was fun. I spilled my water all over the guy
Spill
next to
gallon.
me. Yeah, truly. I spilled it all over the guy next to me and he was pissed and he wouldn't accept my apology. He was like, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he was like, oh. That was like his only response. I felt so bad I couldn't focus. I was like, and it was water.
Sit with that.
I know.
No apology.
And it's like the cup holder was this shallow,
Oh
like
my
1 inch
God.
shallow. And they don't give you a cap because it's like dangerous at the game. They take the cap from you.
Was he like sighing the rest of the game?
No, he was like drunk or something.
He's just like,
He just was like, for 1 second, he was pissed and he wouldn't take my apology. And I was kind of like, it is weird to not accept someone's apology. But I guess people get so mad if you spill on them.
yeah.
It's upsetting. I can admit.
And it's like he never has to see you again. So
Yeah.
does that lean you into, well, maybe I should fake apology or accept the apology, or because I'm not going to see them again?
I'm just going to be authentic.
Yeah, like
I'm
why
pissed.
bother? I'm actually mad at you.
And Josh, you did a good job of being like, because he later was just like yelling at the players on the court, and you were like, I think he's fine. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, and I could let it go.
You were
by
worried that he
point.
was like
It
I was
took him
like,
out of
this
his
guy
game, out of the
hates
zone.
me.
feeling down and out.
It was just like hard to sit next to someone like that you feel like hates you.
No, do you remember what he kept yelling throughout the game?
He was yelling, why is a certain player in the game?
He said, "Why is Batum in the game?"
Oh, Nicholas
Kept
Batum?
yelling
Yeah.
that out.
Wait,
Yeah.
they played the Clippers? Is Batum on the Clippers, or is he
he's a
Piston?
Clipper.
He's a Clipper?
Yeah, he was yelling that loud enough for whoever that
Okay.
guy is to hear it. Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you saw Kawhi Leonard play.
Yeah.
I've never seen him live.
It was
He's great.
cool.
James
Yeah.
Harden, the beard, fear the beard.
Yeah, it was cool to see them because they're like, I never really get to see like superstars because the Bulls never really have them.
Mm.
Although I did see the Bulls play what's Mark Cuban's team?
The Mavericks?
The Mavericks. I saw the Bears
So you
or the
saw
Bulls. The
Luka?
Bears, the
You
Bulls.
saw Luca?
So Luca.
Yeah.
However, he was, this big guy had really bad seats. So it was like it didn't feel
Sure.
like it.
I saw the Bulls play Mavericks a couple of years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Those tickets are expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
Especially when Luca was on the team.
I also got to see Kobe once.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, seeing LeBron would
was
be
great.
crazy.
I've never seen LeBron
Never.
Live, but I got to see Kobe. That was cool.
Whoa.
I know.
That would be really cool.
It was cool. It was an experience. I mean,
Is he big?
he just
Or was he?
he's like 6'7", maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
6'7".
6'7". That's what kids
Oh,
say.
really? Come on.
Come on,
past that? Are we
Josh.
past this?
6'7".
I'm on it.
Are we past this?
I'm not letting one
There
slide.
couldn't be anything
Oh.
more annoying. That's cool.
No, I lost my train of thought.
That's the point
No,
of it.
I think he's one of those players who kind of, it's not that he's big. You can just tell he is a step ahead in so many different ways in
Yeah.
the game. Like he's just so much, not so much because they're all so good, but he's just on another level. Like
Yeah.
than others. Like his
savvy.
Game, yeah.
Yeah.
His game. He knows what
I
he's
will say,
doing.
it did not appear that way with these two superstars, Kawhi.
James
and
Harden.
I was like, he looks like he's just loafing around the thing, but he's making shots.
A lot
Some
of
them.
mileage on James Harden.
Same with when I saw Luca, even though he was tiny because I had bad seats. I was like, he doesn't really look savvy out there, but I think he is.
Yeah.
He just doesn't, he
He's
kind
a
of
scorer.
hides it because he's kind of like lumbering,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Totally. He's not graceful by any
Right,
means.
right. Whereas, like, I always felt like Dirk was, because my younger brother was obsessed with Dirk, so
Dirk.
I've seen him so much. He was kind of graceful, like it was sort of,
He had a fadeaway.
and like I like Steph Curry. He's pretty graceful.
Steph Curry.
Anyway, We gotta get all this
Who
NBA
thought this was
talk.
going to turn NBA?
I know it's because we went to the game,
I love it.
and now we're like, of course, I go once, and I like think I'm an expert, but it was fun.
You are an expert.
Well, I said to Josh, I cursed the team for sure because I was like, they were blowing past the Clippers, and I was like, I mean, you kind of want a little bit of a closer game than this. So in my mind, I was kind of like, I hope these Clippers start scoring a little. Like, you want something interesting.
Yeah.
Cut to, they lose.
Cut to, it's all your fault.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah. And Josh,
No wonder that guy didn't accept your apology.
Right. He might have heard that.
You cursed them.
Yeah. And I said to Josh, this is like a fun exercise. Like at halftime, I was like, if you were the coach of each team, what would you go in there and say based on what you saw in this first half?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a funny thing, even if you don't know the sport. Like, what would
What would you
guess?
say?
Well, I was sort of like joking. I was like, Clippers, I was like, maybe we should start like thinking about making some baskets, like getting a single rebound. They were not catching a single rebound.
And it's funny that the thought is maybe we should think about it as if like
let's just consider this.
as if the first half they hadn't thought about that once.
It did look that way.
No, they probably got their ass reamed out.
Yeah.
Or they were just like, let's just phone in the second half, get on the plane, get back to California.
Yeah, but they didn't. The coach must have said something.
Yeah, it must have motivated them.
Yeah, because literally they got on the court and it was a different game.
Different game.
Which is kind of cool in itself, you know, to like regroup. I mean, it's almost like therapy.
You can
You regroup. It's like, so let's
take
reflect.
take it in a different direction.
Like, we can turn this around. I feel like I'm doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did watch the Golden Globes also too.
Oh,
this
you
weekend.
did? I didn't watch it.
I mean, by watching it, we watched some of the red carpet, and I wanted to see the monologue.
Yeah.
Nikki
Glaser. How was that?
It was funny. I
Oh,
laughed. I
good.
thought it was really funny. And
yeah, she's funny.
Teyana Taylor won for
Oh, nice.
one battle after another.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was great. And then it won a few other awards as well.
Okay, so Jessie Buckley didn't win there.
Who's Jessie Buckley?
She was the one in Hamnet.
I don't
She's
believe
Irish.
so.
Yeah, it must have
No.
been Tana Taylor.
But Paul Thomas Anderson won for screenplay.
Oh.
And I forget what else they won on that, but
Best picture?
maybe it won Best Picture too.
I could see that.
But
Yeah.
Benicio didn't win. Sean Penn didn't win.
Yeah, Sean Penn's getting like no love.
I don't know. She made some joke about how she was like, and you knew where this joke was going right out of Jump Street. She was like, you know what I love? I love how everybody in Hollywood's like trying to look younger. And Sean Penn, you're just like trying to look like, I don't know what she said. She said like something like, you're trying to look like an old handbag. And they showed him in there and he's all like, his
It's
hair is
so
all
true.
crazy. And then I read an article that he just started smoking at the award indoors.
Of course.
Like,
Of course.
so
Yeah,
funny.
he is like the definition of like grizzled.
That was a funny joke.
Yeah, that's good.
And then she pointed out George Clooney too. And she was like, she was like, I love you so much, but I'm also having like some issues. My Nespresso machine is making like really grainy coffee. Do you have a fix for that?
Oh my God,
like,
because he owns it, right?
and he's in all the commercials.
Yes,
and-
yes, he's in the commercials.
so that
and
was
the rest of
a
it.
very, I don't know.
I'm
I
getting,
thought that was
a
funny-
grainy
yeah,
grind.
she was like, can you help me with that? Like, did you see that they finally had a podcast category in the Golden Globes?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
whoa, that's
And
cool.
Smartless must have won it. Did they?
They did not. Amy Poehler won it.
Wow. Yeah, I like her pod.
Yeah.
Were Doughboys nominated?
No, this was, you could tell by the nominations that this was like, oh yeah, this is just like Hollywood people nominating Hollywood
Okay.
people. Like this was
Maybe it'll
not,
get better.
there was no depth to the podcast category, you know?
Totally.
She did kind of have a funny speech though, where she was like, kind of ripped NPR. She was like, in NPR, could you guys like, ratchet it up a little bit, like and start doing your job? Or I don't know. She said
Yeah, how
something.
could NPR not win that?
Exactly.
They've been podcasting since the dawn of time.
Or
like
how could
Mark
not the whole
Maron.
category just be NPR podcasts? Yeah.
Right.
I
Because
know.
Mark Maron didn't retire till this year.
I don't want to rip other
Yeah.
pods, but.
I do.
Oh.
I felt like I saw, of course, they always on social media show the red carpet. I feel like there were some interesting outfit
Looks?
choices. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked a lot of the looks. I don't get
Yeah.
into the fashion as much, but I do. Anyway, we could go
Anyway,
on.
we could go on
We should
forever.
probably
and
get into our
ever.
topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So
Yes.
who's gonna win the NBA this?
Yeah, predictions.
Predictions.
That's the episode.
We're doing the over under on the next week's games.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Bears.
The Bears are going to win
Bears.
the NBA.
The Bears are gonna win the NBA.
Yeah. That's how
Stanley
good they are
Cup.
this year.
They're so good that we're doing the NBA Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at my notes here. What are we talking about?
Our
topic today
is the 4 options in distress, otherwise known sometimes as the 5 options in distress.
From a DBT perspective.
Yeah, from a DBT perspective, right.
A dialectical behavior therapy perspective.
And yeah, we'll talk about it from the DBT perspective, but obviously you could kind of pick and choose from this what you find resonant.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about these 4 options, and depending on the manual, the DBT manual that you're consulting, what edition of it, it'll be either 4 options or 5 options. And they're really the same thing. One of the options is split into 2 later on.
So is your understanding, if somebody is really struggling with something, they really only have 4 options?
I'll admit.
For the lay person. Now,
yeah,
that doesn't mean that these 4 options don't have a lot of things. They're like umbrella terms that have a multitude of things we can choose from, but is your understanding for the layperson that it's like, if you really wanted to come up with, okay, here's what I'm going to do in this situation, that will fall into one of these 4 categories?
You know, I'm yet to find a situation where I've tried this and it didn't work.
Fall into one of those.
So I think yes, until I find something where I'm like, this is totally outside the realm of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. What about you?
I think so. I mean,
and they are broad enough.
They're broad enough, and I think as therapists, we're pretty good at like getting it kind of back to one of the options.
Right.
Not that it's, wordplay or something like that, or like we're tricking people, but I do think they are broad enough where it's like, yeah, that might fall into this category.
Yeah.
So my understanding is you're faced with a situation, you're faced with a problem.
Yeah.
And is your understanding that these go in this order? Or it doesn't really matter the order? Because I've had people talk about, well, no, there's an order to these. And I was always under the impression that it doesn't necessarily have to go in any order.
I don't think it does. However, I do think option 1 is helpful to like look at it, to consider it first.
Okay, so option 1 being problem solving, make a change.
Exactly.
Or like making a change.
Right. So it's like, I always use the like very extreme example of if you're like swimming in a shark tank and there's a ladder, like take the ladder. Get out. So that's how you manage your distress there is you change it. You get out of there. Now, if there isn't a ladder or it's not a shark tank, it's a AP test or something, and you're feeling that distress. If it's distress ahead of the test, problem solving could be studying and preparing to change your approach to it. But also, like, that may not change anything. And then you can move on to the other options.
And this is where I think it brings in a lot of other things, because what are problems that people try to solve that aren't actually solvable problems?
Totally.
So I think this can feed into a lot of very fruitful conversations, because if people come to us and say, well, my anxiety is the problem.
Yeah,
totally. I need to solve my anxiety.
Yeah.
Or if people are so fused with the idea that I've solved my anxiety by doing this behavior, it's actually the behavior that's the problem, not the anxiety that's the problem.
Right.
Right. So I think it's an interesting first option, because there are a lot of problems that we can solve, and then there's a lot of things that people come to us in therapy that are not like quote unquote solvable.
Right.
So that's where maybe the making the change, it's like, how are we changing when this problem arises?
Yeah.
Or preparing for it. But
yeah, meaning like change ourselves.
Kind of. Yeah. It's like that problem's going to be there.
Right.
And here's how the problem solving could be coping ahead for it, or not engaging in that behavior that's actually not useful for us, that we think is solving it.
Oh, interesting. I like that.
I remember a mentor saying it's not the problems that are the problems, it's the solutions that are the problems, right?
Well, totally. Well, yeah, that's such an it's like, this is such a rich topic. We could stay on we could do a whole pod episode on option 1. Because like, there are problems that you do want to apply solutions to. If you're noticing financial anxiety and you look at your bank account, you consider what you can do about this, and you can get a job where you earn more money that meets your demands. Like, you do want to problem solve
for
there.
Sure.
And there's like, I remember I used to use this example of like, I got invited to a wedding where I only knew the bride and groom and I didn't get a +1. This was before I knew Josh. And I was like pretty anxious about going and not knowing anyone. And it's like problem solving, quote unquote, could have been me just RSVPing no. The issue with that for me, to bring an act, that was not aligned with my values. So although technically that option is there, it's not the right one for me because it isn't value aligned.
Right.
But it's like, could you problem solve elements of the situation, change yourself, change your approach to it, your stance with it? Definitely. And we could call that option 3 or option 1. But so often when you're in distress, if you even have the wherewithal to go through these options, like problem solving is unavailable to you because you probably would have done the obvious thing, taken the ladder out of the shark tank. Shout out to Mark Cuban, second reference of this pod.
Mark Cuban. Well, I mentioned Kevin O'Leary last week. So who's next? Barbara Corcoran?
Yeah. I don't know the other one's name. You know, it seems like Marsha Linehan includes this option to like with all the options. It is out there. It is an option. And there's many cases in which you can take it.
Yeah.
And you want to be mindful if you do. Like, is this really, hang on, it's like problem solving is even like kind of a complex term, like to solve something.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think there are very concrete things that when we're talking with the people we're working with are not obvious, but there's excuse making, there's reason giving, and it's kind of like, we just have to do this, right? So I think that problem solving, though it is an interesting term. And I think there are times in therapy where we do kind of have to guide people into, this is just something we got to do, right? To like move forward with something else.
Totally.
So, but I think that can be a modeling of like, yeah, these are things we can take care of right now, right?
Yeah.
And maybe some of these larger things are not like quote unquote problems to solve. They're ongoing issues that we need to maybe move into one of the other options.
Yes.
We just passed through a bunch of holidays, like somebody coming to us and saying like, oh, my brother's the problem. Like he's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're not going to solve your brother.
Right.
You know,
Believe
like you're labeling
me.
him a problem. It's like, you're not going to solve your brother.
Right.
It's like, how are you going to maybe make a change around him? And maybe that's the problem solving that we're looking at. You know? Which really leads into the next one, which is change your interpretation.
Yes.
Number 2.
Change your interpretation.
I like this one.
Yeah, I love this one. Yeah, what do you like about it?
Well, I like it because I try to lean people in to... I remind people you don't have to agree with the interpretation. You don't even have to buy into the interpretation.
Yeah, true.
I think there is power in being able to step back from something you're going through and view it through a different lens.
Yeah.
And you may find something there that's really useful for you.
Right.
And by even changing your interpretation, there might be a way for you to get back to problem solving. So I really like change your interpretation because I think it takes people outside of maybe some of the narratives that they've really fused with or told themselves, or just like the way that they view the world. It's a way to maybe step outside of that and just try to shift it a little bit. So I really like change your interpretation.
Totally. I like it too. And I like that point that just exploring alternative viewpoints like defuses you from the suffering one. And like, I think it's fair enough, like on your own to name the current interpretation, right? Like maybe with the wedding invite, I was like, this is terrible. Like I was judging it.
Yeah.
This is terrible. I'm going to look so stupid being by myself and not knowing anyone.
Yeah.
And if I don't explore other interpretations, it's a lot easier to fuse with and just fully believe the one that is coming up. And if I pause and say, like, I wonder how another person might have a different opinion of this or approach to this. You know, like someone might think of it as like, okay, this is a real challenge of my like social skills. Could that be interesting? Could that be fortifying? You know, I'm always feeling, you know, and I talk with my clients about like your self-worth is on the other side of your fear. You know, could it be a self-worth exercise, you know, to go and be your full authentic self and meet people and be vulnerable in that way and just have that experience? Like, definitely. When I say it like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. And even just that like expands your options for what you can do and separates you from some like defined negative circumstance.
I try to use this a lot with my kids, and I know I bring them up so much, and I feel like when you're in the thick of parenting, it's very easy for me to lose sight of like, well, what's their interpretation as a 8-year-old
Right.
of this situation?
Yeah.
They might be acting this way because they're an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And developmentally, though it's annoying to me or something, like that's age appropriate. And like they don't know any other ways of being in this moment. So it's so hard to do in those, like, especially more heightened moments, but I try to do it a lot to change my interpretation specifically to how are they interpreting this?
Yeah.
What was it like for me when I was a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old? Like, what was I going through?
Right.
Right. Or like, what did it feel like when you don't have much control over anything in your life and people are telling you to do things all the time? Right. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, I need to maybe cool it a little bit and like keep telling them to do things. It's like I need to be able to step outside of that. And sometimes that does bring down my distress of like they're not doing this on purpose. They're doing this because how they're seeing the world, you know. Hard to do though. But.
Or like it's even serving a function of some kind, like everything.
Yeah.
Just like reminding yourself of that or considering that idea can like soften the moment a little bit instead of like, this is just bad.
Right.
Or like the guy I spilled on, it's like, I'm like wanting him to consider other options about me, but
change your interpretation of me.
Of me.
Your neighbor at the game. We're neighbors.
But it's like, he might have been like, oh, this idiot doesn't know what they're doing. But like, maybe that's not true. You know, maybe it was like genuinely an accident and I am genuinely sorry. And it's water so it'll dry. It wasn't that much. You know, it's okay. Or like, oh, he could validate his own, like, I'm uncomfortable. The bottom of my pants are wet, you know, whatever. This person didn't intend to do this, you know, whatever. Like dialectical statements can go in here too. You know, bridging multiple elements of the moment.
Or maybe he hasn't thought about it since.
I think that's probably the most likely thing. Yeah. He was also like pounding drinks, so that helps.
So maybe he has no recollection or memory. That's the interpretation.
I'm like not even on the radar. Yeah.
But I think change your interpretation is really, I mean, don't you think it's at the crux of what we do as a therapist?
Totally.
I mean, whether we're doing it literally in this way with somebody concretely like, okay, well, let's look at the 4 options. Or, you know, when people come to us with things, it's like, okay, yeah, I hear that. And what else might be going on? You know, like
what else might be true?
Yeah.
Or even, you know what? I like that you said that. Like it's it is at the core, the crux of everything we do. We can change our interpretation such that we explore a different one or multiple different ones, or like even explore changing it such that we let go of all interpretation and more of that like pure, mindful, sensory, like meditation.
Yeah.
You know, let go of interpretation altogether and be in the feeling state. It really is at the crux of everything. And like what we talked about last week, the non-judgmental stance comes into that. Can you interpret this situation with 0 judgments, more descriptions? You know, I got this wedding invite and I felt this squeeze of anxiety about standing at the cocktail party and not having anyone to talk to and I envisioned feeling embarrassed. I wanted to avoid that feeling. I do want to avoid that feeling. I have a lot more clarity on like, am I kind of in the business of avoiding my feelings, especially if it's with an activity that's value aligned, like being at my good friend's wedding. No, I'm not in the business of doing that. That's not right for me. That's not who I am. Anyway, we'll probably cover that option.
It's a great option.
Yeah.
3rd option, radical acceptance.
We love this.
We love it. Call back to a previous episode. I guarantee we've talked about it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Turning the mind. I think
Check
we
the
have.
tape.
Yeah, we have, right, Josh?
Check that tape.
Has radical acceptance been itself a topic?
I think it has.
Well, we did acceptance.
Ooh.
So maybe
But in acceptance, I feel like we referred to it as radical acceptance more often than not.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Got it.
Anyway.
Basically, this is when you're in distress, like turning the mind all at once to allow the situation to exist.
And the resistance to it and not accepting it really creates more pain and suffering. Right. And so it doesn't mean we're condoning the situation or the distress that's coming up. It doesn't mean we're okay with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of being open to it as this is the reality of the situation as it is.
Right.
And there was a quote by Tara Brach, who we love as well.
Love.
We can acknowledge the situation by saying to ourselves, yes, this too is a part of our current reality. It is what it is, at least for now. And so
I like that.
I like the idea of, again, we're not condoning it, and this is what it is in this moment, right? It brings us back to this moment. And I think it can be a way for us to develop our distress tolerance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, radical acceptance is a distress tolerance skill.
Yeah.
So instead of resisting these realities so hard, which does create the suffering, increases there's something wrong with us or judgmental stance or all those things, it can open us up to it.
I like this too. Yes, this too. It's sort of that opening up of your energy to the reality, as opposed to, like you said, non-acceptance or like resisting it, pushing against, you know, and like we all do this, that kind of like, no, this can't be happening, you know, that energy in one way or another, or even doing things that are resisting of your current situation. And can you like slow down? And even if you don't like the situation or it's like excruciating, yes, this too is here. If I open to it, I can problem solve within the situation what's changeable.
Exactly. And then that brings you back to option one.
Yes.
Right. It kind of sets up that, what does Marsha Linehan say? You turn the mind towards the path and it's walking down, right? The path.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, I've accepted my brother's a problem, right? Or I'm in these situations where I feel like my brother's a problem, and okay, I've accepted that he's not going to change. How am I going to navigate that? What am I going to do to change when I'm around him? Or
what am I going to do with this reality?
Because there's a lot of times we accept that changes need to be made, but we're not doing anything.
And we're not like whole body embodying. Yeah. And you can, I mean, I was talking about this with a client, like you can embrace something you don't agree with in the literal sense, right? Like wrap your arms around something. Even if you don't like it, you can engage in that action to really fully wrap your arms around a reality, like, and step into it, live in it is important to like do anything with the reality.
Yeah.
If you push against it, you're kind of more stuck than anything.
For sure.
Yeah. Frees you up to go to option one. I was going to say problem one.
For problem one.
Option
one or option two.
Yeah. Or option two.
And then there's number 4, which a lot of people love.
Number 4. Yeah. Number 4 is a little spicy.
Stay miserable.
Yeah. Do nothing different and stay miserable.
Man, who doesn't love that?
Yeah. Who hasn't done that?
We've all done it.
We've all done that.
Just stay miserable.
Just stay miserable.
I think it, though, can be very sometimes validating in a, not a weird way. That's a judgment. But it can be validating. Maybe it's create some dissonance for somebody to hear, well, no, you still have that choice. You could, you don't have to change. I'm not telling you to change, right? And sometimes that can feel validating to people in the therapy space where it's like, okay, you're not pressuring me to do anything. It's like, yeah, you can stay where you're at.
It's an option.
That is definitely an option for you to stay.
Yeah. And it's your choice.
It's
like,
your
let's
choice.
lay on the table all the options. Like, you get to choose. So if you do nothing different and you do stay miserable, like, just notice that you're choosing that. And you can. And there are these other options as well when you want it, if and when you want to not choose this one and experience something else.
Stay miserable.
Just go ahead, stay miserable. And sometimes it's like,
just sit in the shit.
Yeah. I mean, I did this today for sure. I forgot to do something and I was really lamenting it.
Just staying miserable.
And I really
it's that Apple
kept
ID.
saying, like, it's bad. This is
Can't
not
get that
okay.
Apple ID.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Are we still on that one?
Oh God, the Apple ID. Actually, you know what's funny? On my laptop, it did ask for basically like a version of my Apple ID. And I like froze. Like, am I about to go back into the tunnel of this?
The Apple ID tunnel?
Yeah. But I like slowed myself down and then like looked up the password. I like wrote down a bunch of passwords this time in a secret location.
Oh, good.
And yeah.
It's that post-it right there. But
yeah, it's just this post that's on the open. But yeah, so, you know, it's easy to choose this option. And I think resisting reality, like it's an illusion, and that illusion sometimes is comforting. Like I could change it. Like I could get out of it.
Yeah.
I can extract myself from this if I kind of just like push against it.
Well, I think sometimes for people staying miserable looks like, well, I'm not going to change until other people change, or other people, there's too many external things that need to happen before I make any type of movement. And
that's
that
so true.
keeps us miserable.
Right.
Because it's like, well, we can't change other people. It's highly unlikely other people are just going to change, or the situation is just going to change on its own. And that is going to keep us stuck.
This person needs to change. It's not me doing this.
Yeah.
In my own therapy, I'm good at noticing like who I'm here to talk about is me for the most part. Like, but like the minute I step outside that office, like there's definitely times where I'm like, they're the problem, this other person, right? You know, like in my head, I will do that a lot.
They are the problem.
You know, it's kind of like, I don't need to do anything. And it's
They're
really just
making
them.
me stay in option 4.
Yeah. Or it's like, I don't know what their problem is. And it, no matter the situation, like it's so useful to think like, where am I and how do I approach it? And you could say, you know what? I'm going to choose option 4. I'm just going to bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know, or do the same thing. But man, to notice you're doing it is huge, I think.
I agree.
Kind of the second I notice I'm choosing option 4, I'm like, oh, okay. I get it now.
I'm just suffering.
Yeah. I am just suffering. And then you kind of, I automatically turn to the other options in that case.
Now, this is where there might be an option 5.
Right.
Which kind of falls subset for me under staying miserable, but it's making you always have the option to make the situation worse.
Right. I sort of get the feeling that maybe Marcia got like a little bit of annoying negative feedback from people of like, it doesn't fully capture everything.
Yeah, maybe.
In option 4, so she like tacked on an option 5. Or maybe just in her own organic research, she decided it was necessary. But yeah, it's like act in a way to make the situation worse.
Yeah. Self-sabotage behaviors, you know, if you're thinking of self-harming or, you know, those types of things. So staying miserable can look maybe, and that can make things worse, but there are very specific behaviors that immediately like we've made things worse for ourselves.
I'm thinking again about that wedding invite. It's like staying miserable could be like complaining in my head about it, judging it.
Yeah.
And then going a step further could be
like threatening your friend and being like, if you don't give me an and one, I'm not coming.
Well, I'm not your friend anymore. Yeah, I'm not coming.
Which would make things worse.
Totally make things worse. Like self-destructive, destructive of the relationship. Yeah. You're kicking it up a notch with option 5. But yeah, those are the 5 options. And as we're saying these, the 4 options, as we're saying these, I'm like, you know, I'm working this in all the time, but it is so nice sometimes to like pause things and really talk about these as options and as a personal practice. Right. I'm going to be thinking about these for myself this week. Definitely.
And I think it's also when you're in a therapy space where someone feels very stuck, sometimes this can be something very nice to like anchor to and say, okay, we feel stuck here. What are our options?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it feels like I don't have any or I have too many.
Yeah.
And so this is a way for us, well, let's go through this. Like, how would we problem solve? Is this even something to problem solve?
Yeah.
If not, okay, well then what are some different interpretations we could take on this, right? So it could actually move that constipated feeling of like in therapy where it's like, well, what do we do with this? There's nowhere to go. And it's kind of like, well, let's get to something very tangible and go through the exercise quickly and see what happens.
Yeah, like gives your situation like some kind of like shape. And even though the categories are broad, there's still just by doing this like exploration.
Yeah, the exercise, right.
Yeah, there's like movement. Okay, should we move on to our how wise is it?
How wise is it?
Is it wise or how wise is it?
Is it wise or how wise is it? Yeah.
Is it wise? I still, this far into the podcast, I'm like changing it back and forth. I'm such a goof.
Well, that's all right.
How wise is it to romanticize your life?
Okay, so you're going to have to give some
explanation.
Education on this.
Do you, Josh, as I say that term, romanticizing your life, does it like feel like, what the hell's that?
No, I don't feel like what the hell's that, but I think my connotations might be different from, because you said it was kind of a TikTok thing.
A little bit.
And like, I feel like when I was doing this the most was like 15 years before TikTok existed.
Oh.
Like with my high school friends, kind of like imagining we were like in a Wes Anderson movie and like,
well,
kind of like imagining you're
right
a movie character.
Yes. It's kind of like that, or like
I'm the tortured artist. Then you think about like other tortured artists in movies, or like you're single and like sad. And it's like, well, that's funny in Swingers. So like, it's kind of fun to think about it. Like if this were Swingers.
Yeah.
Vegas, baby.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and it depends on how like capitalist you want to get with it. But it could be more like in your mind, right? Like kind of pretending you're a movie character and like treating your life that way. And like on TikTok, a lot of the romanticizing your life is like, let's say you're a single person living alone, you make like a really fancy latte with like the perfect little ceramic cup. And you like put it out on your porch on a summer day and you kind of like listen, you put on a beret or like something. Like the whole idea is like you kind of embody something like romantic or like poetic almost.
Okay.
Rather than kind of just getting by and doing like the functional stuff in your life, you like really take your time with different things and make each like experience more kind of romantic. Like you're not just walking to the post office. There's like this like romance to it. Like you wear an certain outfit and you're sending a letter and whatever.
And this is something that's like very right now. Like people are doing
I
this.
would say. Yeah. I came across a sub. I mean, I've seen it a bunch on TikTok, but I came across a Substacker who
Substack.
And a Substack.
Right. Okay. Newsletter.
Social
platform. Media platform. Got it.
And like in her newsletter, the whole purpose of it is like teaching people how to romanticize their life. And like she'll give ideas like, here's 10, romantic activities to do with yourself, in 5 days. Like if you're going to be by yourself, it's like, give yourself a pedicure or like put on a record as opposed to like you're listening to music on your phone or.
And this person's, the wisdom for this person to give ideas is what comes from romanticizing your life.
I think the idea
or these experiences
is the experience feels richer.
Okay.
I think, so there's like more joy, more intensity, more texture, and thus, you feel more happy, more fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could argue, I mean, I'm sure you could tear apart this argument as well, but you could argue it's like a form of mindfulness in some cases.
Sure.
With like the attention you're paying to each activity you're doing in different moments of your life.
Yeah, how you're cultivating those experiences.
Totally. But also it's like I know myself, like I can get carried away where it's like, I became obsessed one day with like getting the perfect like Japanese latte mug. Like I'd seen them, of course, on social media and was like, I need in the morning to pour my latte into one of those mugs. Like I have to be the kind of person who has this mug. Yeah, I mean, home decor really can get into this. And then, it could become a little, like anything, you can kind of abuse it where it's like, when you're not able to romanticize it, do you hate those moments? Like those moments can be rich too if you just pay attention to them, even if they're not romantic.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's a difference between romanticizing your life and romanticizing like an experience.
Yeah.
You're almost distancing yourself or trying to distance yourself from reality if you're trying to romanticize your entire life.
Totally.
To cultivate this thing that's not really real.
Yeah.
Or maybe avoiding that. And we did the podcast on boredom. Like sometimes you're going to be bored. Right. Some things aren't romantic. Some things are very nuts and bolts and very like cumbersome and clumsy. And, and there's a lot of meaning in those experiences too.
Totally. Challenge.
But I do think there is some wisdom in maybe romanticizing certain experiences or moments. That seems like that would be a nice, that's judgment. That would be a more enriching experience at times.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but like, would it be romanticizing a moment if, like, okay, I throw on a movie for the family. We're gonna have movie night, and I just throw on the family. Or if I really am like, okay, I'm gonna make the popcorn and I'm gonna like dim the lights and like almost make it like a movie
or get
theater.
little popcorn
So is that like
things,
romanticizing that moment?
100%.
Yeah, I
dim
can see
the lights. You kind of make it a whole
I can kind of
thing.
see wisdom, you know, in
Totally.
that, you know?
Or like a rainy day, right? It's like, let's put the fire on and we'll get our books out and have a hot chocolate and
yes.
like let's look at this as like romantic in some way.
Yeah.
It's funny to use the word romantic. It's like it makes me want to look at like what does that word literally mean?
Yeah, because I think there were periods of my life, and maybe this happens more when you're single. I don't know why I want to say that, but like you're trying to like kind of define what your life really is.
Yeah.
Because I think there were times where maybe I was living my life more, trying to like cultivate that romanticism of like, yeah, and we go out every weekend and we and then there's the brunch on Sunday where we recap everything.
Yeah,
and like,
yes.
And then, you know, like maybe that was like me trying to live in some sort of like reality of like, this is what I do with my friends and like, this is how you like live your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah. And there's like something, I mean, I even think
kind
about
of like that swingers idea of like, this is like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going out all the time and you're trying to meet people and you're trying to have these experiences.
Well, yeah, there's even like a romance to like those. One could look at those guys and just be like, these two idiots. Or like
Totally.
there's like a romance
Great
to
movie,
the
though.
freedom of it and the like adventure of it. Right?
And the
I think you feel less lonely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's these two movie characters in a situation maybe that's similar to yours.
Sure.
In a way, you're watching them, you're laughing your ass off. It feels poetic. There's like metaphors, there's themes.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you know, my therapist has even said this at times, and she didn't use the word romanticize, but she said like if you're in a situation that maybe is less than desirable, where your anxiety is coming up, it's like think of yourself as a movie character.
Oh.
Or it's like think of your anxiety almost as like this like pesky character in your life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, little Willy Wonka coming buzzing around my head again.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh is, you know, going off on like, what if this? What if that?
Yeah.
Beating myself up. And it's like, that's just so silly.
Right. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That makes me think Willy Wonka must have been like the whole movie was like a metaphor for something.
I don't even know why I said Willy Wonka, because that thematically has nothing to do with what I
probably
was saying.
Timothy Chalamet is on everybody's mind.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah, the fifth Wonka.
The fifth one. Yeah. You were thinking of Gene Wilder.
I was just thinking of like any name I could name.
Well, when I looked up the definition, romantic, conducive to or characterized by the expression of love. Oh, or okay, it says of, characterized by, or suggestive of an idealized view of reality. I don't know if I like necessarily think of it, because it's if you take like a rainy day and you find the romance of it.
Sure.
I don't know if you're necessarily being like, I'm only going to think of the ideal. You're kind of like making the moment the ideal.
Yeah.
And that's at the core of like that embracing the reality as it is and finding it romantic. It's even like romantic to have your heart broken, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm getting stuck on the idea of like when you really engage with it on like your entire life, that's where I get a little bit like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Right? Like every experience could be meaningful and it doesn't have to be romantic in order to do that.
right.
And there's sometimes fallout when you try to romanticize things and then it doesn't turn out.
Yeah, totally.
And then it's like a total disappointment. It's like, wait, what?
It's almost like kind of impossible to apply it too broadly to your whole life. It just doesn't even totally make sense. It's more like romanticizing aspects of your life, moments of the day.
But it also makes me think of like daydreaming sometimes, like romanticizing your life in like a daydreamy type of way.
I love daydreaming.
But it's important to daydream.
It can be unhealthy sometimes.
It can be unhealthy, but I think, or even romanticizing your past and kind of forgetting some
of like,
no, you're looking at it with kind of that tint of rose colored glasses where it's like, and
Yeah.
actually you're kind of forgetting you were really struggling at that moment,
Right.
right? Or
there were a lot of problems.
there were
in
a
that
lot of problems
relationship.
going on, or some of
Yeah.
the things you were doing weren't the healthiest things, you
Yeah.
know?
Totally.
Because I think I can get caught in the daydreaming forward and backwards of
Yeah.
like,
Definitely.
oh, remember what that was like, and
Yeah.
to be there again, or to, you know, have that experience again, just that exact way. And not that that's even possible, but you know, that can take me out of
Yeah.
certain things. That's not necessarily what we're talking about, but
No, I think it's a good distinction, or a useful distinction, because yeah, I think it is wise to consider romanticizing like your coffee ritual
yeah,
or a rainy day or your movie night with your family.
Yeah.
Or even like a bad date, you know,
Mhm.
like maybe it is helpful if it's present moment, you know,
Mhm.
like, I mean, man, isn't it important to have your heart broken at least once, or to be rejected and feel that pain and survive it? You're among the human race.
Mm.
You're in it,
Mhm.
and you're out there and you're trying, and this is what love is. It's like losing it and having it and uncertainty with it, and, you know, like romanticizing a meal, romanticizing like a family gathering that like kind of went sideways,
Mhm.
like almost like it's out of a movie.
From Sideways.
From Sideways.
Another
yeah.
great movie.
I love that movie.
Paul Giamatti also lost in the
Yeah.
Golden Globes, but
Oh, was he nominated?
he was nominated for something. I don't know what, but I was like, man, I really hope he wins. I feel like he never wins anything, and he didn't
Right.
win again.
Let's romanticize Paul Giamatti.
And that's
How
just-
wise is it?
That's just
How wise
reality.
Is it? That's just reality. You don't have
Great
to try.
actor.
Yeah.
Do you ever see The Holdovers?
No.
No, but I heard that was great.
Great movie.
We gotta watch that one.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
kind
let's
of a
watch it.
Christmas?
It's a holiday movie, so
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about watching those types of movies not during the holidays.
Maybe
but
next year.
maybe
we'll
put
do
it on the list for next year.
Yeah.
Mm.
right after Red 1.
Red 2.
Red 8.
At this point.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a Red 2. Okay, so we're saying it's wise to do it with moments, experiences, present moments.
I see wisdom in that.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think cultivating and being intentional about it, I think can really enrich an experience, and even maybe experiences that are still, what am I trying to say here? Like the movie night example, like it's like, if that's like your routine, maybe zhuzh it up a little bit and see what that
Yeah.
experience is like.
Yes,
So even
try
the
it.
ones that you kind of get mundane, or they're still enjoyable, but maybe there's a different way you could engage with it that really would make it feel a little bit more. I keep using the word romantic, but I feel like I want to
It's
use
like
a different word.
meaningful.
Yeah, but I feel like I want to use it vivid or potent.
yeah, or like
like
rich.
rich. Maybe
Yeah.
is what. Yeah, like just
Well,
much more.
yes, because when you say it like that, you know how like this is another common social media thing where people will be like, I rotted on the couch all day.
Oh yeah, bed rotting or couch
Bed
rotting.
rotting,
Yeah,
couch rotting.
Yeah,
Think of couch rotting, that approach of it,
yeah.
versus like, you know what, I'm going to cozy up.
Get the blanket,
with
get the hot
cozy,
chocolate, the
oatmeal
coffee.
blanket,
Yep.
the hot chocolate, and mindfully sit and like enjoy these characters I love.
Yeah.
And, you know, do that for 3 hours.
Light a
like,
candle.
Light a candle. Candles. Oh my God. There's candles galore in this romanticizing.
Incense, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
It's like candles. It's like garnishes on your dishes.
Yep.
It's the kind of nice, you know, flatware
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, outfits. Yeah. Intentional, maybe?
I think there's intentionality there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of what the experience though evokes from us, and I think I like the rich. Like it's maybe a more rich when we pay a little bit more attention to it.
Yeah. Definitely. And maybe it really comes down to that. Like putting the garnish on. It's just a symbol of like you care.
You care
Yeah.
about this moment.
And when you care, like it's wise to care.
Maybe that's up for debate. No,
But not yeah,
in
yeah.
today's society. Yeah,
Totally. Yeah, it's
Ugh.
wise. Right.
It is so
Can't
wise
even
to
get
care.
it. We can't even get into
We
that.
can't even get into
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm kicking you right now.
I don't know where to put my legs.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so I think
I'm gonna try and experience this week, and I'm gonna try to romanticize the experience.
yeah, maybe I will too. Maybe
I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm going to try like one thing.
Right.
And like,
yeah.
Really give it some effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that too. Maybe for the weekend or find somewhere in the week.
Mm-hmm.
If I like try to romanticize being a therapist, I put on like an elbow patch sweater. Like
oh,
pipe.
perfect.
Like Sigmund Freud pipe.
You'd have the glasses on the
totally.
The little glasses.
I pull out a Rorschach plot.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm romanticizing my life.
It'd be great.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I sometimes romanticize about that I haven't done in a long time? Going to the record store.
I mean, perfect example.
It just came to me because I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
And there were literally times, this may sound silly, but like I would be so excited like the day before I knew like a Friday where I was like, oh, man, I'm going to go tomorrow to Reckless and then I'm going to go over to Dusty Groove and I'm just going to be like in there like with just going through every single, I don't care if I like the genre and just like really like that was something that maybe I'll try to do that this weekend because I haven't been to the record store in a while.
That,
so really,
that is a great one.
Like get my coffee, go there.
Yeah, really savor it.
Savor it.
Yeah.
Yes. And no budget. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, absolutely no budget.
I'm putting
the
Amex Black card down and saying, you know what? Whatever. Pull the pin.
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Totally. Yeah, I'm shopping a little bit on Saturday because I'm looking for some things for a couple weddings. I'm trying to think if I could romanticize that if I like went to the right kind of like boutique.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably just gonna go to like Nordstrom, but
I could also romanticize going to the bookstore.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, please, a bookstore.
Love a bookstore. Coffee.
Bookstores are so romantic.
Bring the journal.
Yeah.
Wait, are we going to be talking about cults at some point?
Yeah,
soon?
next week.
Is that a teaser?
Next week, we're going to be watching the first episode of the cult docu-series, The Vow.
The Vow.
So if you all want to watch
it, what platform is it on right now?
It should be on HBO.
Okay.
I mean, it's an HBO original.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we're going to be watching the first episode. We're having a guest, correct?
We're having a guest.
Not tell you who that guest is.
We won't tell you.
And we're going to be talking about cults. I can't wait. I'm excited about it.
I think it'll be so great.
You and I love talking about cults.
I mean, I could talk about cults for the rest of my life.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
People can find me at kkpsychotherapy.com. So yeah, if you have questions about the pod, you want to work with me, you want to suggest things, anything like that, send me an inquiry on the inquiry page. And how about you, John?
Email me at butts.jonathan@gmail.com. Jesh?
JoshBayerFilms.com. Bayer as in the aspirin. And that's my website.
Okay, and thank you to Blanket Forts.
Thank you to Blanket Forts.
Do you know now this is the last thing I'll say. Do you know whenever somebody's named Josh, my kids will say it's Jish Dad.
Oh, that's so
now
cute.
it's gaining traction.
Yeah.
They're gonna meet a Jish out there one day, and it's gonna take them by surprise.
But you're the original. So you're like, yeah, I know a Jish.
That's so cute. I love that they picked up on that. Only a few people have like actually adopted that.
You're no one else to them other than Jish.
I love it. That's so cute.
But thank you, Blanket Force. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And yeah, let's talk some cults next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week for The Vow. The Wise Mind Happy Hour podcast is for entertainment purposes only, not to be treated as medical advice. If you are struggling with your mental health, please seek medical attention or counseling.